Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, YouTubers. This is Jerry Diamond with How to Get Out of Babylon. And we are having words from a watchfire. Looks like I turned it around so you can see what's going on, not me. You don't want to watch me. Okay, we're burning a bit of trash and miscellaneous things. All plastic and paper, all vaporized pretty quick. We got a bunch of firewood down at the base. I don't know if you can see that. Let me get my headlight pointed over there. Firewood sticking out, so it should last a while. It'll go up fast, but it should light those up, hopefully. If not, I'll have to have my helper go get some more wood. They did bring over earlier. Might shoot it at the bottom corner of that thing too. Get one started there. You know that dead wood I was over there wherever we were?
I'm sorry, I forgot.
Somewhere over there toward wherever we were by your tent or something. Anywhere, any dead wood is a lot around. Behind me there's some too. We can throw some lighter, deader wood on there. That ain't doing very good. Box is probably wet from the rain. Yeah. Oh, hey, on. I forgot the old Indian trick. Hold on, here. I was telling my friend here, this is Timothy. Not Tim, Timothy. But a friend of mine, they go camping, and his friends say, we want to go hiking, but how are we going to? We don't have a fire when we get back. We don't know how to have a fire going when we get back. He said, I'll go on. I can handle it. He said, they come back and they have a big roaring. I know he liked big fires. I mean, he monster fires. And he said, they said, how you do that? And he got old Indian trick. And he snickered. He goes, they didn't know it was just a couple of quarts low. Transmission fluid, motor fluid doesn't make any difference. It'll light it up. I didn't bring it. Darn it.
This looks like it's starting to go. I think it's
Somewhere right inside the camper should be a bottle of lighter fluid. But there should be one out here too.
I think it's happening.
Huh?
I think this is happening.
Yeah. Okay, so there we go. I just set that down where it won't melt anything or light anything. Hello, Zeppelin Kaboom.
Yeah, I don't know if there was anything in there. We were pretty careful about what we sorted out.
What's that? Yeah, that's fine. Did I bring my coffee cup? Well, I hope I did. Oh, I don't know if I did.
This is a very old one.
No, I had one. I just made it. I'm bummed. Not in the lighter fluid. May have to go back. You want to sit and talk for a while?
I can run and go get your thing.
Yeah. Lighter fluid, white can. I think we're okay with that. But the coffee cup is blue or purple, and it should be right inside, right on the counter somewhere. I think I had my hands full, so that's probably why I didn't grab it. Okay, I'm getting warm. So anyway. So Jim, hey, how you doing there in Chicago? Still getting good folks to invest in a retreat location. Boy, ain't that wise. I got to tell everybody a story here. I was working for a management company in Colorado, a rental management company, right? 400 properties. And I ended up doing a flood job up in the mountains. And it was a ridiculous situation because it was a super wealthy home, big, nice mansion of a home, but it was built at toward the bottom of a hill. And I got up there and I came back to the owner of the company, the management company, and I said, I got 3 words for you: California mud slides. And he didn't care. I gotta have it. I said, does that mean you can lip it here or not? I don't know.
It sounded like not, but I don't know. It wasn't really clear, like you said. It wasn't clear.
Yeah, I don't know either. Anyway. Okay, so update everybody. Rock, who came and left because under coercion from his 2 supposed friends who were vaccinated and demonic, acting like demonic, very evil and bad and everything. Anyway, he's managed it. He's coming back, so he's almost here. He's about 3 hours out, up somewhere by Kansas City. So I was under such stress yesterday. My back was hurting really bad, and I was like, I just, Lord, I can't do this. I'm quit. I quit. I just can't do this. I can't, keep trying to help other people, and my body's so beat up. So I put out a call, and Timothy responded right away and came down this morning. And so we've been having a good day all day long, and so we're doing a fire here. And this was those old Indian tricks fire starting thing. It could have been only 2 quarts. The only problem was it was only 2 quarts low. So you had a couple quarts of transmission fluid or motor oil or gasoline or something. Not gasoline, lighter fluid or something. Not, you don't need 2 quarts of that. But anyway, that was my backup joke. I like to start different ways to start fire. There's 17 ways to start a fire without a match. I did one steel wool and a 9-volt battery. Bamboo, fire piston, calcium carbide's fun, a lot of fun. That's explosive, but you gotta be careful with it. It's not a toy. But the more water you put on it, the more flammable gas you get. So just be aware that when they ripen tomatoes, that's what they use, the acetylene gas. You don't smoke anywhere near a tomato greenhouse because it could go boom really bad. And it's not like hydrogen where it's an implosion, it's an explosion. So anyway, I'm rambling, sorry, I know. So who's on? Zapped and Kaboon, and who else? Leah was on earlier. Solar Jim, how you doing? Oh yeah. So before I took that call, Jim, I was just going to tell you, so I was up at a carpet job. You can hear me okay, right? Yeah, my friend Timothy's here. He came to help me get ready to create a soft landing spot for rock. That's really sweet. We got the shower cleaned up, got a shower ready, and gonna have a tent set up for his friend, our new friend, James Weber, who drove him. I mean, I put out a call for help, like I gotta have help, and Timothy said, well, I could go, but my truck's not really up to a long distance like that. Didn't think it was, so I was like, okay, I wrote that one off. And another guy put out the word that I needed help, who drove me to the men's retreat last year. And I get an email from a guy named James Weber, says, driver needed. And man, this guy is a driver, and he's just driving rock. Crazy. No.
Yeah, James sounds really cool.
He is. He's awesome, phenomenal. Yeah, so they're about 3 hours out. I'm not going to come in tonight. They'll come in the morning, I'm sure. So anyway, all right, back to my story about the Rockies. I go up in the Colorado Rockies, and it was up by Conifer. And this house had basically the bottom of a hill, stream of water running through it. There was a crawl space and there's water running through it. So I dug it out and put in a sump motor. And I told the management company, I said, I got 3 words for you: California mud slides. And the guy didn't care about it. In fact, at one point he wasn't even going to pay me for the work I did, even though it was an emergency. So these are really rich people up there. They're renting a home for like $2,500 a month, right? So, where am I going with this? There's a reason for this. Oh, so my transmission goes out. I come out in my 79 Jeep Cherokee, the transmission fluid's all over the ground. I'm like, oh man. So I went across the street to see if I could use a telephone, because it's back before cell phones. This is a long time ago in a galaxy far, far away from me. So I go over right across the street, and this guy's really cool. I mean, he is a neat guy, and we became good friends. We went to gun shows together. We walked into a gun show with packing, shall we say, and the guy said, what's in them? Just our balls, We both had 44s in there. Anyway, didn't need to tell that one, but I became good friends with this guy, and he worked for the United States Parks Department, National Forest Division or something like that. And he showed me a map of the Parks Division, and I went, wow. I showed him a map of the zip codes, and there's the 10 FEMA zones right there. Everything federal is divided into 10 zones. Zip code, FEMA zone, whatever you want to call it. He goes, oh, that's a map of our National Forest Service, National Parks, divisions. And I'm like, okay, but it's also the FEMA camp things. I was all freaked out about it. This is 1993. I was totally spaced out, panicked about the whole thing. Black helicopters, FEMA camps, guillotines, all this stuff you've been hearing about lately. People think it's new information. No, it's not. It's all been bandied about since about 1985. Serious. I was listening to cassette tape one time, and the guy was talking about, Chinese troops and blah, blah, blah. And I looked at the date on it. It was like 1985. And I said, oh, I just heard that in 1993. Same stuff. Anyway, so the thing about this guy was that here he is. He was a controller, a computer controller. He was the guy that was at the top of he wasn't a data entry clerk. He wasn't a normal computer programmer. He was the guy running the show for the entire region. one of the Rocky Mountain region. He was the boss. He was the one in charge. Hired and fired people. And he and about 15 of his, no, not 10 people, yeah, 10 guys from each of the heads of the different departments across the country went together to buy a bug out location. And where did they buy a bug out location? This was 15 years prior. This was 1993. So 15 years prior to 1993 was when they did this. This is back in 1983, about 1979 or so. They bought 1,000 acres in Missouri, and they started raising cattle there. That was their bug out location. If we ever need to go there, we're going to have food there, which is, the mantra in my book and my poem, meat on the hoof and crops in the ground. It's not just for us, for no more. We'll have to draw, from our storehouse we'll have to draw. It's meat upon the hoof and crops within the ground. Crops within the ground, meat on the hoof and crops in the ground. That's the best form of food preservation, is live food. Growing your own food. That's really your only option, because there's only a certain amount you can store. In fact, Joseph Smith, everybody hates Mormons or whatever, a lot of people do, but Joseph Smith made the observation. He said that this region of southern Missouri will be so flooded with refugees someday that there'll be almost a threat of panic, of famine. He says, not that the region is not capable of providing enough food, it's just that it's hard to store up enough food for that transition time between the time you have a flood of refugees and you can grow enough food. So, yeah, that's a huge difference there. So that's where we're heading out here. The last two people Sherry came out. She's out here. I had to introduce her, but she's not here. I didn't get a chance to get run over there and tell her I'm on. But she'll get on the stream probably and watch it and chime in. But she's buying land pretty quick here, and she introduced herself to Timothy here, and she said, I'm buying land, and she said, and I have spots for RVs and campsites, and she said, and I'm serious. She said, I came here to help people, and I'm serious. She says, so that's really awesome. Her channel is just Sherry McKinstry, Cherrie. It was French, Sherry McKinstry, French Canadian, and got some Scottish in there. McKinstry, I think, is Scottish. So anyway, she's going to be buying land, and she'll be placed here for rock, maybe in the Airstream there or somebody. But yeah, she's pretty cool, and she's a gardener. She's a gardener. Rock's a gardener, and Timothy came here. He did his first garden last year. So I'm figuring, well, God wants us to be able to eat food. He keeps inviting gardeners here. So these people that really have it on their heart to get here are gardeners. So that's really awesome. So, Leah, are you back on yet? No, it's me. Hello, it's me. So Solar Gym there in Chicago, yeah, that's definitely a good idea, especially. Now, that they're in. They probably already know this, but Mountain Home, Arkansas. There's more retired policemen there, law enforcement, than probably anywhere else in the country. I mean, it's just a whole mass of, retired police, which is good. They believe in the Second Amendment. They believe in guns. Maybe they're not all the nicest people in the world, or the most sane people in the world, but by and large, a lot of them are good people. A lot of retired special forces around, and Green Berets and Navy SEALs and whatnot are in the Ozarks for good reason. But Mountain Home, Arkansas, Bill says it's the only place I've ever seen that has, when you drive up to the mailbox, there's one for out-of-town mail, and inside the post office too. There's a slot for out-of-town mail and Chicago mail. That's how many Chicago people are there in Mountain Home. It's like little Chicago, so pretty cool. Wouldn't be a bad place to start. I think Ava, Missouri would be a good place too. A lot of really nice farms around. I mean, there's fewer now than there were a few years back. I was hoping Leah was going to get back on. Leah, where'd you go? Well, if I see it change to 4, I'll know. Anyway, so that's my story about bug out locations. Yeah, and here's the thing: is people, back in Denver, I grew up in Denver. Okay, I never liked it. My wife didn't either. We both made plans to get out. We wanted to get out. We didn't want to live in Denver. We agreed that we'd rather live in a small cabin in the mountains than a mansion in Denver. I remember both of us saying that and agreeing to that. And that was the course of life we followed. We did not buy a house, and we did not have any real jobs. We did, she did beautician work and this and that, and became a midwife eventually. But I just did, labor jobs and cash jobs, bricklayer, stonemason, freight handling on, basically a week-to-week basis as a casual. Never wanted to get on the board. I didn't want to get hired. In fact, the reason I left Denver is because I actually got hired by Yellow Freight. They said, "Congratulations, we have to hire you. You've worked so many hours and so many 8-hour shifts in a 6-month period." I'm like, "Oh," under my breath, I thought, "Oh, damn it." I didn't want that to happen. Sure enough, one week went by, and I was called back in the office and said, "Mr. Diamond, the IRS is leaning your wages. So out of an $825 paycheck, they took out of an $800 paycheck, they took $625 of it. So I kept a paycheck before that, and that's what I moved to Kansas on. Said, well, screw you, I'm out of here, bye-bye. Try, have fun finding me, and they never did, so it's Pt.17. So that was my little story how I got out of Denver. Brief, but short to the point. I want to crowd from Jacob's Cave. How about Adullam's Cave? What's Jacob's Cave? I think you brought that up before. I like to think of it. I like to have a sign made for Adullam, Cave of Adullam. It's where King David hung out before he was crowned king. Before he became king, he was crowned. He was anointed king when he was a little kid, right? The little sack lunch thing. Here, take this lunch for your brothers. They're going to fight the giant. He gets there and they're all pissing their pants and pooping their pants from fear. He goes, I'll go take that guy on. So he whacks him with a stone and then cuts his own head off with his own sword. But the point of the story is it was 16 chapters later before David actually became king. He was anointed king as a child, did not become king. He fought. You look at that chapter I read just the other day, 1 Chronicles 12. Yeah. And how it lists a number of warriors that gathered around David. There were like 200,000 or 300,000 because just the tribe of Reuben, Gad, and the half tribe of Manasseh on the far side of the Jordan was 120,000 right there. Others had 40 here, 40,000 here, 50,000 here, 20,000 here, 30,000 here. A couple 100,000, over 200, probably I'd say 300,000 minimum. If you add them up, I was going to have somebody do that or I'll do that. But yeah, there are 300,000 warriors there. They were, and it said all fit for battle, for the war. They were actually at war against Saul. David didn't want to kill Saul. He just wanted to, survive. He was basically at 5th generation warfare. You don't fight. You just survive. Stay alive. That's what I'm trying to do. Stay alive. I'm waging 5th generation warfare. If you don't know what that is, look it up. Look up Jeffrey Prather on YouTube. He talks about it a lot. My voice is going, so I'm going to can it here. You want to say anything?
Oh, hello to anyone and everyone that's out there. Yeah.
Here, talk for a minute. I got to get a drink and get my water bottle.
Is it pointed at the fire? Oh, yeah, good.
Yeah. Or you can point at yourself and talk.
Yeah.
If you want to be visible. But.
Yeah. And how do you see the folks that are on? Oh, that's the number.
Square thing there.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Maybe I'll take a little tour of the fire. That might be kind of fun. Get up a little bit closer.
Don't fall in it.
No, of course.
And if you see this count go to one or two more, there might be somebody new one. Otherwise, it's probably
yeah, looks like 3.
Yeah.
Yeah, you said this is an old tractor rim?
Tractor wheel, yeah.
Yeah.
Great for burning trash and whatnot.
Yeah, a little fire pit.
I didn't dress up this, I'm getting cold. A water bottle.
Yeah, so I heard Jerry's SOS, and it sounded like a good idea. Help someone land softly. I've definitely had plenty of times when I wish I would have landed softer. So this was an opportunity to pay that forward. And so we're expecting someone sometime in the next 12 hours or 6, 7 hours?
I don't think they're going to get in tonight. I hope not.
Okay.
I didn't actually know. I guess we should prepare for that. I guess we get a tent set up. I don't want to be in a rush. We ought to probably start doing that. I didn't think about that until just now.
Yeah. Oh, setting up the tent for him? So yeah, we're going to get a tent set up.
I wish I would have flat out asked him, are you coming in tonight or tomorrow morning?
I suppose you could text.
Rock,
yeah.
Sleep.
And thanks for everyone tuning in.
Yeah, Rock. I'll do that with Rock, yeah. I'll do that. Okay, let's do that.
Yeah, should you mention your antenna? We put the phone way up in the tree.
Yeah.
To increase the reception.
Yeah. Shine it up there. You can see it.
I don't know if you can tell. Yeah, there's a pole, metal pole. It goes up into the tree, and up there is a box taped to it.
Yeah.
And the tree, the hot spot is all the way up there.
Yeah, about 20 foot up.
Yeah, about 20 foot up.
That's a cheap RV living or one of the RV channels. rock and find out.
All right. Yeah, hand it
Thank
back
you.
to you. Yeah, of course. Hopefully that was good. It would be nice to see the comments on that. I don't know how all that
Yeah.
works. Maybe
Most of the time you can see them and load them afterwards.
Yeah.
Or, go to watch the video and then it has live chat and you can read. Sometimes you can read them from, I think it comes and goes.
It's nice to be able to interact with folks too.
Yeah, it is. It's fun.
I mean, it's 3 people.
And some nights it's been super productive. It's been awesome, just trading information back and forth. Oh my gosh.
Yeah. Have you ever used hashtags or, to get more attention for certain subjects? You can put, prepping, campfire, whatever. 'Cause sometimes someone might be looking for something like that.
The tags, yeah, I can do that. I can load those in. I haven't done that.
Yeah, that's a good idea. And also you can preemptively, if you time it, you can set a time for
Yeah.
it. And then people
I've done that. That's what I did earlier. I just got on for like 2 minutes. And I said, hey, I'm going to be streaming in about 20 minutes.
Yeah.
Oh, this sounds cool. Jacob's Cave. I put solar on the roof of Denver Chamber of Commerce. Wow. Dock worker tradesman. Dock worker meaning a trucks or on the seashore. Longshoreman. It's for sale for $3.5 million. What's for sale? Oh, Jacob's Cave. It is. Okay. Oh, is this the one by St. Louis? 1 mile long cave with RV campsites with electric and 200 acres to farm. It's for sale for $3.5 million with 1 mile long cave with RV. That's a steal. Buy it. Go ahead. How are the ticks and sugar gonna be? I don't know. It didn't bother me. I mean, I got bit one year, and I didn't even notice it until I happened to see it, and I pulled it off to start to burn it, and it was dead already. And then the second one, I felt it. I felt something, and I looked over, and there was a tick on me. I pulled it off. I was going to crush it. That's, you either crush them or kill them, burn them, whatever. And it was already dead too. So they die when they bite me. So that serves them right. You bite me, you die. So you eat a lot. I don't know if it's garlic or whatever, but if your blood is alkaline, if you have a good constitution, ticks. Are you bothered by ticks?
Not particularly. I think I got one last year on the corner of my toe.
Yeah.
Nail, and that's it.
Weird place for them too.
Yeah.
Were you barefoot?
Yeah.
Okay, that's your fault.
Yeah. I didn't get any chiggers either.
Yeah. Ticks and sugars. If you don't have a acid, constitution, then you're probably pretty good. That's what I think. Don't eat sugar. Don't eat white stuff, flour, and all that crap.
They certainly tend to favor certain people. I've absolutely seen that. So there's something.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Some people just get eaten up by them, and I think it's what their diet is. What it is. Don't drink a lot of beer.
You can use cedar oil. I know you can spray that around a bit, and it kind of deters them from coming around.
I bet you thieves oil too would be good. Chicago area. Oh my gosh, are you kidding me? Oh my word! I worked with guys from New York, and they were like, "Denver is just a backwoods, tiny cow town. That's all it's ever going to be." Blah blah blah. Just north of Lake of the Ozarks. Okay, cool. That sounds awesome. I can't imagine working in Chicago. Okay, I'm a wussy compared to you or whatever. That light behind me is not a flashlight. That is the moon, right?
Absolutely, that is the moon.
That halo of my head is not the moon. It's me. It's my.
Your radiance.
Yeah, my aura. If you believe that, I got some land to sell you that's pretty wet. I got a bridge to sell you. Okay, anyway, I'm gonna shut up here. Like I said, my voice is going. I need to text Rock and find if they're coming in tonight. If they are, we're gonna get a tent set up for him, for
You
James.
said he was gonna sleep in the greenhouse. Is that for real, or but still?
No, he would. Yeah, he could.
Put the tent in there.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't think he'd need a tent. He'd just sleep in there.
So we just set up the cot and get a.
He's special forces. If you find a snake, he'll probably eat it.
Make a bed of snakes.
Yeah. So. All right. Well, the fire's going down a little bit. I'm gonna catch this in because my throat ain't up to this. I didn't dress for it. My feet are getting cold.
Yeah, it'd be nice if we could see any comments on that. I want to figure that out. Looking into how to live stream. Just be able to see the comments maybe on a device or something.
Yeah.
Because if you get, people are asking a question or anything.
I'll show you here in a minute. You just, click on the video. You can watch this tomorrow, and then it'll say live chat where it says share and all that.
Yeah. No, but I mean live while you're doing it.
Yeah. Anyway, yeah, I could blip off of here and check text and then come back on probably. But that'd be boring. I don't know if the camera stays on or not. Hey, if you guys are on, when I got off there, I got off to talk to James Weber. He called, and I had to get off. Did the camera stay on the fire or not? Can anybody answer that if they're on Zeppelin Kaboom or Jim or whoever else is on? Does the cave probably have a lake in it? There's one by St. Louis that has a 3-story house in it, a huge, like a mile-long lake and stuff. Yeah, inside the cave. That's pretty cool. 1 mile long cave RV campsites. Are the campsites in the cave? Just out of curiosity. Not that I would really want one in the cave, but it'd be cool.
Literally.
Nice place to live in the, you know, MCO or whatever you call it. Or different issues coming down. You wouldn't have a lot of chemtrails in there if you put a closed loop system in like they have in grocery stores. Just have a filtration system of some kind. Hi, Simply Jan Homestead. Hallelujah. How you doing? Good to see you. I was telling Sherry about your channel, Sherry McKinstry, and I just told her I was just amazed at how many, other homesteads you get around to. And I guess you drive around to see them, huh? There's probably, how many, how many would you guess are in the Ozarks? 100? 200? I mean, I'm not talking homesteads, because there's probably 200,000 of them or better. But how many YouTube channels are in the Ozarks that you know of? And you get into Arkansas, Kansas, or Oklahoma? Would be another question. But yeah, very fascinating that you get around so much. Exciting, and you just drive. I guess you just drive yourself to them, huh? I haven't found out where Crazy Ed is. Crazy Ed Homestead. I don't know where that is. It must be halfway decently close. Heck of a work project going there. That was really neat. Love to see that kind of thing. And Travis, Prepared Homestead, he's having meetups about every month. And that's something I want to get to. And they're having an expo, a 2-day expo. It's a Thursday, Friday, as far as I know, in somewhere about May 20th. Thursday, Friday, a 2-day expo. I want to get to that, a preparedness expo. That would be phenomenal. If anybody wants to know about ham radio, go to those, and there's a guy there that'll get you on ham radio, get you rigged up. James Weber, this guy that's helping me. Such a blessing that, somebody just stepped up and said, hey, you need a driver? I'm it, And he's a driver, too. So very, very awesome. Very exciting. Finally, we're seeing like-minded people come together and do stuff, Oops. I got off.
Perfect timing. I mean, nice little punctuated.
All right, I'm going to get off there. So good night, everybody. Good night, Simply Jam. Good night, Jim. Good night, Zapton Kaboom, if you're still on. Good night, it's me, whoever you are. All right. God bless everybody. We're going to say goodbye here and go get a tent set up if I have to. Okay. All right, good night. Good night, Jan. Oops. Got upside down. Gotta go that way. There we go. Okay, here we go. Blessings on you too, Jan.